Hey guys, how's it going? Today I want to speak about the subject of, does social media fuel loneliness? Well, as a short answer, I think it actually does. Now, as a long answer, let's see why it does that. Well, social media is actually in some ways a tool. The reason that a lot of people started going to social media was because, well, it's a tool to speak to other people. It's an easy way to reconnect with people from your prior schools, college, grammar school, from your past, to keep connected with people from other countries and stuff like that, just because it's a universal texting system and you see their face and they can share their videos and their pictures and stuff like that. So you're able to keep up with people that you care or semi-care about or are curious about in a much easier way. And that's really fun. But at the same time, it's not really possible to just keep a social media following without ever seeing people. And that's what's happening a lot of the time. What's happening is that people are staying at home and they might be communicating. And even on top of that, before we had to call people, now we don't even call the person. We just have to text the person because we're too lazy to talk to them, or we don't feel like talking to them and stuff like that. And that creates a society that's based on loneliness in some way, because now if you want to see your friend, see your family, sometimes, well, you don't have to actually go and visit them at their house. You could just do it from your computer with a webcam, and maybe that's good enough. Maybe that's okay. But at the same time, we're social creatures, and we're creatures that are tactile, and we need the touch, we need the scent, we need to be able to use all our sense and all our senses, basically. So by not abiding to that, well, we're changing our nature, our way of being, and that's not necessarily a good thing, because now we're seeing, for example, populations such as Japan and other Western countries that are actually decreasing. And that means that people are not having kids, people are not starting families, and people are also content of just being the way they are, because there's just so much entertainment, just from video games, from books, from internet, websites, Googling stuff, you name it. There's just so much entertainment that why go out to a club? Why go out to a cafe? Why go out to a movie theater? Why go out for anything except if you want some fresh air? Because you basically have all these things right at the tip of your fingers again, and just from the comfort of your home. And even televisions have gotten so big nowadays that in some way, well, is it even worth it to go to the movie theater? You can get projectors for like $200-300, and here you go, you got your movie theater at home. But I think what people forget, it's kind of like this thing. If you don't do something for a long enough amount of time, you kind of forget that it's there, and you kind of forget that it's needed. And that's why you see some people sometimes that they do get to a point where they're super obese, or they're just get to a health point that's so bad. And it's not something that happened in one day. It's just that your way of life kind of made you go into that direction, and then little by little it accumulated up to a point where now you're obese and out of shape, and it's kind of like getting older. If you live with someone, or somebody sees you every day, they see you as the same person every day because it's so gradual, the change. But then when you look at a picture from 5 years ago, 10 years ago, you look different. Everybody looks different. Some people are age better than others, but still, everyone will look different. The skin changes, the bones change and all that. So it's such a gradual thing. And now we're still, even in some way, at the beginning of all of this. We're still at the beginning of social media and what we can do with the internet, because it's only been 20 years that we've really had it, and a lot of people have only really gotten into it in the past 12, 13 years, or maybe 10 years, or even less, and still most of the world is lacking internet. So yeah, we're still at the beginning, and computers are getting more powerful, cameras are getting more powerful, phones are getting more powerful, and all that. So definitely, I think that we need to sometimes remind ourselves of that and make a conscious effort to do use social media, do use all these things, because it is useful, but at the same time, just make yourself a favor and basically also try to live as simply as possible sometimes, or do activities that are as simple as possible, so that you can actually just basically ground yourself in the regular world and the regular way that we as humans should live. Because in reality, we're meant to be one with nature, and having cars, clothes, living in houses or buildings or apartments and cities and stuff like that, it's not our natural habitat. So yeah, use social media, but use it wisely. That's all I have to say. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.